Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Once again, it is Sovereign Saturday. Sovereign men move with authority. Now, that means literally how you moving through the world. Because as a sovereign man, you have control over yourself, over your life. You're not moving through the world with a sense of you have to play by everybody else's rules or you have to live according to their will. This is very important. I remember there was someone I met years ago, decades ago, and he was attending law school at American University. And I remember this young man, not so much about what he was doing and everything, but how he moved. It was so incredible. And he was a brother. He was a brother, and he just walked differently from other brothers, Found out he came from old money, but he walked through the world like he owned everything, like he owned it. And he wasn't arrogant about it. He wasn't arrogant or talking down to people. He was very cool, very down to earth in that sense. I mean, he was friendly with people. He just walked like he was a boss in how he did everything. I remember I had a conversation with him saying, yeah, I want to make this much money. And at the time, it was a lot of money. He was like, man, that's nothing. And he said, nah, But it was just his attitude and everything. But he was sovereign. He was sovereign. And I'm going to tell you what, when you're a sovereign man, I want you to think about it, how you'll move. Okay, you got your own spot, you got your own vehicle, you have either your own business, or if you want a job, you running things. Or at the very minimum, if you want some job, you're in a place of leverage. You have, in your relationships, you always have a place of not necessarily outright control, because you can't control another human being, but I would say leverage there as well. In everything that you do, you walk with respect. When people see you, you have a commanding presence. And I don't mean just based on your physicality, but how you hold your head up, how you hold your shoulders up, everything. Because I'm gonna tell you what, you can tell a lot about a person by their body language, how they move, and everything. Like someone who is used to following the herd, someone who's used to bending their knee to someone else and following someone else, they're gonna hold their heads differently. They're not gonna stand as tall. Their heads might be a little down, They're gonna move slowly because they're not used to running anything. They don't necessarily have their own mission. Let me get into that mission thing. When you have a mission, when you have a purpose, you move through the world that way. Even when you just going to get a snack at a store or something, you still gonna move because you have a place that you're going. See, think about how okay, here's a good example. Think about when you going someplace, you're driving, and you're not sure where you're going. You're not sure about the directions. And yeah, you can use your GPS and everything, but you still following it. So you're not driving as fast. You're paying attention to every little thing because you're not sure. Now, think about when, okay, you've been someplace a few times, you know how to get there, you're sure. You like this, you driving confidently and everything. It's the same thing. When a man knows who he is, when he knows who he is, when he knows what he has, when he has money in his pocket, so he's confident about what he can take care of. He knows he has all his bills paid. That's a part of sovereignty too, taking care of the basics in your life. When he knows he has all of these things, when he knows he's in a place of, if not outright control, leverage, he has authority. He's moving through the world like he can impact the world, not the world is impacting him. And okay, let me get into that impact thing. Many men walk through the world talking about what they did, blaming everybody. Like on this channel, you notice I don't be blaming women for anything. I don't get into that whole blame. Oh, they did this, they did that. When a sovereign man takes full responsibility for his life, when you do, you like, oh, I did this, I made this mistake, I can correct it. You're not walking through the world looking like, oh, they're going to get me, they're going to get me. Because when you start blaming other people, then deep down you have a fear of them. A sovereign man isn't fearful of other people. A sovereign man can respect other people. He can respect their opinions, everything. But he doesn't have a fear of them because he has his own authority on things. He has his own knowledge. He has his own confidence. And that's the thing. You want to have that. You want to move. You want to walk like, yes, I'm the bomb. You know? You want to walk like that. You want to go through the world like that. You want to be that man who is in charge of his kingdom. Think about it. How do kings move through the world? True kings. They don't walk through the world like, oh, slumpy, slumpy, slump. Or they don't walk through like they're afraid. They walk through like they are the king. You're the king of your world. You're the king of your world. That's what it means to be sovereign. You rule your world. You walk through. And yeah, it's a tiny world. You know what? It could be a room somewhere, but that's still your world. And it still is important as a large kingdom because you control it. I want y'all to really think about that. I want y'all to think about, I want you to work on yourself, work on your sovereignty, work on having, if not outright control over your life, some leverage where you're not forced to just take something. You're not forced to follow along. When you embrace any movement, any philosophy, a job, it's only because you made the choice to do so. That's what it means to be sovereign, okay? So, I'm going to tell you what. You want to just constantly work on. This is something that you need to work on every day. You know? Do you want to have control? You want to have leverage? You want to be able to move through life with authority, with power. All right? And you want to work on this every day. And even when you reach a point where you have that, you still have to maintain it. So it's not just a destination. It is a journey. All right? So that's all I have for today. Keep rising to become the sovereign man that you are meant to be. Peace and blessings.